Alright, so today we're starting lesson 9. Is everybody looking up here? Get off your phones. You've had a week full of cell phones. Put them away. You might want to get colored pencils. Markers are going to be hard.
These markers?
No. Alright, 9.1. This whole unit is just graphing. Okay? So it's graphing and moving stuff and sliding stuff and turning it and reflecting it. So 9.1 is learning how to reflect it. Reflect means to flip over a line. That's what reflection means, is to flip over a line. So what we're going to do is we are going to plot an original image. Then we're going to draw the line that it reflects over, and then we're going to reflect it. So your first job is to take one color. Doesn't matter which one. Take a color. These points right here, I'm going to help you out and tell you that these points are -3, 5, -1, 4, and -2, -2. What I need you to do, this is just the original image. We're going to take these points and plot them right here and right here. This goes with number 1. This goes with number 2. All we are trying to do is to put the original image. So plot these points on both of these grids. Guys, all we're doing, you have these points right here. All you're doing is plotting all of these points and connecting the dots.
So wait, with one color?
With the same color. I will tell you when to change colors. I wish I could zoom. There we go. Yeah, these are just dots. Like I'm putting your dots here. This one kind of got out of hand a little bit. Okay, what you just put was your original. I call it your OG. Because it stands for original. Okay? All we've done is drawn our original image. When you're done, I want you to pick up a different colored pen or colored pencil. One of your colors can be your pencil. So if I only gave you 2, use your pencil as your third color. Alright, so what we're doing, now we're going to go down to one at a time. Have y'all ever heard me say the saying, hoy vux? Okay, here it is. H-O-Y, hoy, V-U-X. So this is our original image. This right here tells us the line that we have to reflect over. What this stands for is because sometimes I don't know, like I get confused sometimes of which one's horizontal and which one's vertical. So this helps me. If it starts with a Y, then it has to be a horizontal line. If it starts with an X, then it's a vertical line. The U stands for undefined slope, and the 0 stands for zero slope. So if we're looking at number 1, what's it start with? X. Thank you, Zoria. X. So X has to be what kind of line, class?
Vertical.
Which is this vertical or is this vertical? This is vertical, right? So this line right here is a vertical line wherever we have -1. So if it's a vertical line at -1, go to -1, which is right here, and draw a vertical line. This is your line of reflection. Okay? All we did was draw a line. Now, take your third color. Now we actually have to reflect this triangle over the line of reflection. So this is how it works. Go to a point. Let's put our pen on this point right here. How many boxes are in between this point and the line of reflection? 2. Okay, so I'm going to count. There's 1, 2. Now that I'm at this line, in order to reflect it, we need to go the same distance to the other side. So 1, 2. That's my new dot. Carson, will you hit the lights? It'll be easier to see it. Thank you. Okay, so here was my first one. I went over 2, and then there's my line of reflection, and I need to go the same distance. What about this dot right here? How many is it away from the line? None. So it's going to be the same point. This dot down here is 1 box away from the line of reflection, which means I only need to go 1 more box. So this right here, if you connect the dots, this is your reflected image. It's like we picked up the triangle and we placed it over the line of reflection. We flipped it over. Okay, let's go to number 2. So the original's always there. So I want you to pick up your pencil or your marker that you drew the line with. For me, it's purple. What color is it for you?
Green.
Okay. Doesn't matter. So I have my line color. Now, we're going over y equals 2. Well, it starts with a y, so what kind of line is it? Horizontal. Where? At 2. Because it says equals 2. I know it's horizontal because it starts with a y, and Hoy tells me y is horizontal at 2. Horizontal looks like this, right? You're watching the horizon. So go to 2, positive 2, and draw a horizontal line. All right, get your reflected color. Mine's green. Now, we're not reflecting side to side this way, vertical. We have to reflect up and down. So let's put our pen or pencil on this dot right here. How many boxes is this dot away from the reflected line? 3. So if I go to the line, I need to go 3 more to put my dot. We need to do this for every point. So I started here. There are 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. So to reflect this point over this line, I have to go 3 more. Let's do this dot down here. How many is it away from the line? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many do I have to go above the line? Good. 2, 3, 4. And then this point is how many away? 1, 2. So to reflect this point over the line, I have to go 2 across the line. So now, this is your reflected image. It is. It's messy, and this is not going to be an easy chapter to quickly copy someone's homework the period before it's due. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, this takes, even though this is simple, it takes time, and you have to be very patient. All right, so let's do 3 and 4. First thing I want you to do, take your OG color, the one we haven't used in a while. What's your OG color? Mine is orange, right? The one we drew the first one with. The one we drew the first one with. All right, for number 3, this is your original image right here. So go ahead and plot those points and connect the dots. You don't have to. All right, so now we're reflecting over the x-axis. So get your color, your line color, and draw a line on the x-axis. All right, there's 2 options. You could do the same thing we just did. Or, I want to show you a trick. I'm getting my reflected color. Okay, I'm taking my reflected color. If you are reflecting over the x-axis, in order to get your new points, all you have to do is multiply what the opposite of x, which is, what's the other only option besides x? Y. Multiply your y's by -1. So right here, these points. Did you know that the next, like, this is your original D, but once you are messing with it or reflecting it, it becomes D prime. Have y'all heard of that?
Yes.
D prime, E prime, and F prime. So if you're reflecting over the x-axis, in order to get your new reflected points, all you need to do is change the sign of your Y. This is a Y, this is a Y, and this is a Y. You do the opposite. So if you're reflecting over X, you change the Y. If you're reflecting over Y, you change the X. Okay? So this is becoming -2, +1, -1, -3, 3, 1. So now you have your points, and all you have to do is plot these points. Or you could say, well, this one is 1, 2, 3 away, so I need to go 3 the opposite, and there's E prime. It's up to you. I like to do this because I know for sure those are my points. -2, +1. That's the same thing as saying, oh, well, there's one space. I need to go one further. Same thing. Got to pay very close attention. All right, if you're done, go ahead and draw your original for number 4. Ma'am? Uh-huh. Positive 1.
Okay, so this is the one supposed to be on the line.
Miss Jenkins,
Yes, ma'am.
we have Summer Honeycutt to check out, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Summer. The ones on the back, we're going to do for homework. You're going to be kind of confused on number 5. So when you get to that one on your homework, just skip it. No, because you have to go -2 up 1. Huh? This purple line is your line. Okay? So here's my original 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, -2, and -3, positive 1. If you want to draw your line for this one, your y-axis is going up and down. I know that because look at this little y right here. That means this is the y-axis. So this is your line of reflection. But you have a trick. If you're reflecting over the y-axis, we need to change the sign of what? X. It's fine to me if you do your homework, if you don't like this way, but this way you need to know for your test Friday, because your test is 25 questions and 20 of it's multiple choice. So one question might say, how do you reflect the point -2, 1 over the y-axis? And all you have to do is change the sign of the x. So you need to know this shortcut. There's only one more way I need to show you. There's one more shortcut. I'm waiting. You done? Did y'all do number 4? If you're done with 4, go ahead and graph your OG for 5. Stop. Bless you. All right, in this one, we're reflecting over the line. Arturo, you with me? We're reflecting over the line y equals x. Does anybody know what that looks like? Does anybody know what y equals x looks like? Okay, I'll show you. It's a straight vertical line with a slope of 1. So this is what y equals x looks like. This is your line of reflection. It's just, that's what y equals x looks like. Because it's a positive. Because y equals mx plus b is slope-intercept form, right? Well, this doesn't have a b, so it means it starts at 0. And its slope is what? X, which in front of x is what? 1. So it's just a line with a slope of 1. Okay? But here's the trick. You ready? If you're reflecting over the line y equals x, in order to get your new points, so in order to get j, k, l, and m prime, all you need to do is flip y and x. Just change them. So j prime, which is a terrible example, becomes 2, 2. K prime becomes what? Flip x and y, you get 1, 4. L prime becomes negative 3, positive 3. And M prime becomes negative 4, 0. So now let's plot these points. Alright, let's review real quick. First thing you always do is draw your what? Your original. Draw your original. And then if you have an equation of a line, you need to draw it. So you always draw your line. And then we're reflecting it. But we have some shortcuts. If we're reflecting over the x, we change the sign of the what? Y. Thank you. Why? Are you asking why or are you saying why? Okay. Lynn, if we're reflecting over the y, we change the sign of the what? X. And if we're reflecting over y equals x, then we just flip them, swap them, flip them, swap them. Okay, let's look at the back.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, don't even. Alright, so there are 8, but I'm only going to give you 5. So this is what I want you to do. You see 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 right here? Those are the 5 I want you to do. Here's your graph. This graph goes with 4. This graph goes with 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you're not doing any of these right here. You're welcome. Because the 4th period did them all. So looking at these 5 down here, is there one that you want me to do with you?
No.
You want to go for it? Go for it. 4?
4.
Okay.
No, you said 5.
The only one without a shortcut.
Number 5.
I didn't say 5 was going to be hard.
You said it was difficult.
Because she wasn't here. It was 6. And it was because she wasn't here to know that you just swap them. Alright. So I'm doing 4. First thing I'm going to do, graph the original image. If you want to use your own graph paper, you're more than welcome to. Arturo, Alright, our line that we're reflecting over is y equals -2. Horizontal or vertical? Uh-huh. Because starts with y, it has to be horizontal. So it's a horizontal line at -2. And then we have to count. Reflect it over that image. This one is one away, so you have to go one more. Okay? The rest of them you know a shortcut for. Number 5, you're reflecting over the y-axis. So what is your shortcut? You're reflecting over y, so you need to multiply what? You're reflecting over the y, so you need to change the sign of the...
You gotta write with
I would write the primes, because on your test you need to know what it looks like. I mean, you multiply by -1 or just change the sign. Okay? So for 5, just to help you out, because y'all are still working, J prime becomes 4, 6. If 0 is negative and I change 0 to positive, what is it? If 0 is positive and I have to change it to negative, what is it? It's just 0. Yeah. Don't let that trick you up. I know, I flipped my words. Alright, these 4 are your classwork / homework that I am going to check tomorrow. When I check this, I am checking to make sure you have these other coordinates written out.
So if we don't,
That's all you checking for?
And the pictures.
What if we don't want to draw the original one?
I need you to draw the original.
Oh, we gotta try the original first?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
from?
Or you can, as long as you have them both, it doesn't matter the order.